We've looked at how to choose a good sample, some of the bias issues that can occur, and how to write good survey questions. So there's a last couple of things that we want to go through in terms of surveys and some things that you want to consider and pitfalls to avoid. And the first thing I want to cover here is the technology issues that can show up in surveys. So we'll start by talking about phones. Now, most national surveys contact people by using a random digit dialing method. So they have a computer or some sort of electronic device that just sequentially dials phone numbers until they ring and someone answers. So some problems with that are that call screening is common and people rarely return calls they don't know or that show up as being from polling organizations. Cell phones can't be called using this method. So there's a federal regulation that says that if you're calling people on their cell phone, it has to be hand dialed. Okay. So one of the problems with that is that cell phone only households are increasing rapidly, and particularly in a younger demographic. So the results of surveys that use this random digit dialing are often biased against young adults because they don't have a landline, so they're not eligible to be called using this RDD method. So one way around that is they try and weight some of the responses to reduce the bias, but it's a known issue in doing the RDD method. Even when you're dialing cell phones by hand, which is allowed under federal regulations, a cell phone can be located anywhere in the world and people keep moving. I mean, I've had the same number for a long time and it's an area code in California. And since then, I've lived in Washington, I've lived in Idaho, I've lived here in Colorado. So if you were calling based on my area code, thinking that I'm in California, that's not where I'm at. I haven't been there in a very long time. So stratifying by location is really difficult using cell numbers. On the web side of things, web is really cheap. It's possible to collect large amounts of data at really low cost. And one of the nice things is that people are entering their own data, so it's already there and ready for you to go. You don't have to take a bunch of paper surveys and type all the answers in. So that'll save you some time. It also allows delivery of multimedia survey content. So having people watch a short video and answer questions, things like that. So it opens up a lot of new survey possibilities. The problem is it's not easy to do well and it has significant issues with voluntary response. You're basically just putting that survey out there for anybody in the world to answer. And so people are generally going to respond if they feel strongly about that issue. You're also going to run into obviously non-response and undercoverage as well.